What do you think about this Ring Boys stuff coming back all these years later? With
Again, it's back.
apparently, they lifted the lawsuit statute of limitation in Maryland, so
Oh,
now
somebody's coming.
there's like five of the families of the Ring Boys suing WWE now again for all that stuff that
Damn.
happened with the agents back
That's
in
crazy. I mean, because you got to go back. That was what,
late '80s, early
yeah,
'90s. I think.
early 90s. You got to go all the way back there for evidence. Shit. How's that going to work? But yeah, I did. I know that's the first I heard of that. I know a couple guys are probably going to try to put in on it. It's like, let me in. I was a ring boy because
Did you
when you do that, you open the door for anybody that was around at the time. Yeah, so I'm not
what?
going to say
How did that work, anyways? They just hired kids. Like it seems so
they
crazy to
all
think
were
about now.
young. I mean, back then, in the 90s, early 90s. I guess they probably still are. You got to remember, there's a lot of work to be done with putting a ring up. It's not like you can just snap your fingers and it's up. There's a lot of manual labor put in. So it makes sense you'll get younger kids. But at the same time, there was you remember Mel Phillips or of him, the
Yeah,
black
the I
uh,
remember Terry Funk, the angle he did with Terry Funk beating him up before a match that time.
oh yeah. Well Mel, I liked Mel. Not like that, but I mean I liked Mel. And we were buddies. But it was unknown that he liked the young boys. Man, I'm probably getting myself in trouble here, but I don't want to be a witness. Uh, Let me see how I can sidetrack that one. It was said that Mel had fun with the little boys, and so Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, he used to be so funny. He'd come, hey, you know what? Because I guess Mel liked feet. Some people are into feet. I don't get that at all. So, but
Me neither. I don't
evidently,
understand the attraction there, but yeah.
yeah, with sweaty ass toxins come out of. But it was said around that Mel was a big freak for feet and stuff. He always go around. Hey, you heard Mel's favorite food? What? Fritos. And yeah, Mel. I guess he was kind of, from what I know, was pointed out during that whole lawsuit thing. I'm not sure about that. I'm assuming because it was so much well known that there's a joke. Kurt's got that joke going around. It was kind of funny. Fritos, Fritos.
Yeah, I guess there was all that because Pat Patterson retired for a while, then came back, and Mel left, was brought back and disappeared. Then there was Terry Garvin. What could you tell us about Terry Garvin? Because we rarely hear about him.
One of my favorite people when I first started in the business, way the hell back in 1984. Kansas City territory. It was still one of the last territories around. Terry Garvin was the booker, and we had a thing in common grounds where we like to rib, pull pranks on anybody, everybody. And Terry was big into that. So we kind of got that closeness right away, and thank goodness because I love Terry to death. He never really advanced on me as far as that. Um, and I would see him in the clubs. We'd go out when we were on the road for overnight or whatever. Uh, he would point out to me and Sean like that guy right there. See that kid over there, and it'd be some young boy like you had to just turn 21, you know, and yeah, yeah. And see what you can do for me. He was trying to get us to hook him up, like, well, man, how you comfortable with that? I'm used to hooking up my guys with girls and stuff like that, but not guy on guy. I don't know how to play that one. But he obviously was like the boys, the younger boys. Um, And again, like I said, I wasn't comfortable with it. Tried to stay on the outside of it. But Terry, on the outside of that, Terry was fun. I loved him to death. I can't say, but I met his family one time, his wife, and the kids, and they still, hi y'all. We still keep up through Facebook. But yeah,
Did you
it was yeah. Terry was part of that. Pat, with Pat, I didn't know. I don't know that he necessarily was into the young boys. I think he was just into the young men, the younger guys. Like and in the business. I
did you
remember.
ever
Okay, wait.
Okay, well,
Here's a
okay, tell
Terry Garvin story, and this is what back again when we were in Kansas City, just starting out in the territory. Terry and I had become real good friends because we was always ribbing everybody and everything. And he came up to me that one time though when Sean was coming up and through. Marty, he's this new kid, Shawn Michaels. I said, yeah. He goes, can you talk to him? I said, I guess. I mean, what do you mean? And he's like, well, just tell him he ain't really got to do nothing. Just go to this hotel. All you got to do is lay down on the bed and take a blowjob. And I'm like, oh, well, that shouldn't be a problem. He goes, well, it's one of the WWF guys. Like, oh, a guy? He goes, yeah, it's not a big deal. I'm like, oh man, shit. But it was all about Pat Patterson. And that was way back with Sean first. Him and I both were 6 months into the business. And they're already trying to, recruit him for that. Should have told that. I'm probably in trouble now, but that was in
you're already in
1984.
trouble.
Yeah, I know. Okay, how much further down can I go?
And Pat's dead. Pat's dead.
Yeah, but it's friends around him might not be like Terry Garvin he passed away. And,
I think Sylvain Grenier inherited Pat Patterson's money, and he was discovered as a stripper and brought into the WWE by Pat Patterson. He hadn't even wrestled a match.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding about that either. And I can play this for you if you've never heard it. Brian Blair claimed that Terry Garvin and Andre the Giant tried to rape Coco Beware. Have you heard this story? Have you heard this story? I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this for you quickly. It's
you got it? Okay.
Yeah, because
I gotta see and hear this.
Yeah, because I don't believe it.
I don't either.
I want your opinion on it. Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
Ryan in the back, Coco was in the front seat, and I'm driving. Terry's bisexual. And all of a sudden, the boss says, "Coco." He says, "Yeah, boss." He said, "Come here, I want to tell you something." So Coco bends over like this. "Yeah, boss." Andre snatches him in a front face lock. Coco is saying, loosen up. Well, he turns his ass backwards, and there's Terry Garvin with his pants down. Terry's cutting a promo on Coco saying, "Oh, man, I love that dog meat, and boy, I'm just going to get some tonight." And the boss is going, he's just laughing. Oh. Terry's got an eruption, and he's slapping the back of Coco's. He's got his, I hear his pants go, and Coco's screaming now for bloody murder. And I hit the brakes and I to pull over, and I hear Coco go, hey! I don't know what happened. No, I don't know what happened. And all of a sudden, I get the car over, and Coco jumps out of the car and he starts running.
Yeah, is that true? Or is it
they might have done it ribbing. I mean, doing it like sincerely, genuinely wanting to do that with Coco. Nah, they might have ribbed him, like to scare him.